The first time it happened, I just figured I was hearing things. But the tapping on my apartment door kept coming, always late at night and always when I was alone. It was like someone was trying to get my attention, but when I looked, there was never anyone there. I'm Mark, and I work a pretty boring desk job. I'm a creature of habit, and my apartment is a quiet, predictable place. It's a small place in a decent part of town, nothing fancy, but it suited me. My routine was simple: work, gym, dinner, maybe watch some TV, and then bed, until the tapping started. It began subtly, a soft, rhythmic tap at my door. At first, I thought it was just the building settling, or maybe the pipes. Then it started to happen more frequently, always between 2 and 4 a.m. One night, I got up and peeked through the peephole. Nothing, just the dim hallway light, the peeling wallpaper, and the closed door of the apartment across from mine, number 3B. I hadn't seen my neighbor from 3B much, but I knew he was an older guy, always kept to himself. I left a note on his door asking if he was having any issues, figuring maybe the tapping was coming from his place, but it never disappeared. Days turned into weeks, and the tapping became a nightly ritual. I'd be jolted awake, heart pounding, convinced someone was just outside my door. I started to record it on my phone, just to prove I wasn't losing it. Later, I decided to take action and went to talk to the building manager. He told me that 3B had been empty for months, that the previous tenant moved out rather abruptly, and he didn't know why. So the tapping couldn't have been my neighbor. I told him about the tapping, and he just gave me a weird look and said he'd look into it. The manager's response didn't ease my mind. The tapping continued. I started sleeping with a baseball bat next to my bed, just in case. One night, I decided I'd had enough. I threw on some clothes and planned to catch whoever was tapping. I waited by the door, and sure enough, around 3 a.m., the tapping started. I yanked the door open. The hallway was empty, but there, on the door of 3B, was a faint tapping sound. I crept toward the door, my heart in my throat. Ready to confront whoever was there, I put my ear to the door. The sound was coming from inside. It was a rapid, furious tapping, like someone was trying desperately to get out. I pounded on the door, yelling, "Hello, is anyone in there?" Silence. I tried the handle, and it was unlocked. I slowly opened the door. The apartment was a mess. Dust-covered furniture, unopened mail stacked on a table, and the air was thick with the smell of mildew. It looked like someone had just walked out, but there was no one there. And then I noticed the sound. It was coming from inside the closet. More tapping. I braced myself and pulled open the closet door. Empty. Just a few wire hangers and an empty shelf. But as I stood there, I noticed something on the back wall. Faint, almost invisible, but definitely there. A series of scratches forming a pattern. It was the same rhythm as the tapping. The same rhythm I'd been hearing for weeks. I called the police, and they filed a report. But there was nothing they could do. The apartment was as empty as it had been. Every day, I got more and more terrified because I just knew that whatever was making that sound was watching me. One night, I moved out. I broke my lease on the apartment and moved across town. I haven't heard the tapping since, but sometimes late at night, I could swear I feel it on my own door. What I took away from it: always trust your gut. If something feels wrong, don't ignore it, no matter how insignificant it seems. Sometimes, there are no easy answers, and some mysteries are better left unsolved. Never underestimate the power of a good night's sleep, or how crazy a lack of it can make you feel. Old buildings hold secrets, and some are better left buried. Sometimes, the things that go bump in the night aren't just in your head. If you want more stories like this, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more.